Hey there, RC Girl here. Today we're taking a look at the new CEN Racing Ford F250 Lifted Edition. Today we're going to unbox it, talk about all the features, compare it to the previous F450 dually. I actually was able to fit it on my new motorcycle, so we're going to drive to a parking lot with some really cool features, run this thing for the first time, so stay tuned. All right, this thing is so crazy, so crazy. Here we have the CEN Racing F250 custom lift truck. All right, so it comes in the orange color and the blue color here. I actually don't know what color I got, so let's check it out. This is gonna be ready to run, everything you need included. I think also the battery. We will check that. Four-wheel drive. 2.4 gigahertz radio. Yeah, it looks like it comes with the radio. Also officially licensed from Ford, and it looks like it comes pre-installed with RGB red, green, blue rock lights. So sick. Let's take a look at this body in a little more detail. It's actually kind of a nice body. It's a two-piece body, so the truck bed is sort of a separate component. They actually painted it matte black, which is kind of nice. It feels like a nice, pretty decently sturdy Lexan. All our windows are decals, so you can't see through them. We got some nice detailing here with our windshield wipers. The bed also has kind of this truck bed liner design, sticker design on the truck bed. Ford Platinum. Also our lights here, these are also stickers. Take a look at the front. Again, we have a sticker for the front grille. F250 sticker here on the side. Our door handles. Yeah, all in all, plastic mirrors here on the side. The little window mirror sticker. And our wheels here, our tires do not have foams in them. They are vented. Really low profile design. I think these are plastic, kind of a matte satin chrome finish here. All right, so here we have the truck underneath the hood. Similar long chassis to the F450, but quite a few changes. So you can see here there's the double links on the front and the rear, on both sides. Really long chassis rails. It looks like they're also adjustable, so you can modify or extend or shorten as needed. Here's our RS550S motor. This is going to be a brush motor, 1700 RPMs. Comes with a Dean connector, two little bullet connectors here for the brushed motor. Here is our on and off switch and our waterproof speed control. We have our receiver box and all our electronics plugged in here. Looks like here is the RGB lighting system. We're going to definitely have to play around with that when we get everything plugged in. Here's our Savox steering servo here. It's a 12 kilogram servo, a little bit on the low end, but it's not a crawler, so you don't need that crazy high torque. Super long servo horn here. This is going to be a plastic servo horn, and it is a behind the axle steering setup. So you can see behind the axle here. And when you press down the suspension, It actually moves the servo a little bit. Don't know if that's going to be a hindrance or not, but wanted to highlight that. And kind of an interesting link system here. So you have these cross links here. Suspension feels really nice and plush. Our front bumper here, our molded front bumpers, there's places to integrate LEDs. It does not come with LEDs in the bumpers. Our little plastic tow hooks here. For our body posts, there's a couple different mounting positions if you want to lift the body or lower it. I don't think this comes with other body options, so I'm not sure that you're going to need to mess with that too much, but you can if you want. And if we look back here at the battery tray, kind of a neat system here. So you just turn this little notch and then you line it up and you can pull this out to hold. It looks like it can hold up to a 5,000 milliamp hard pack. Slide that back in. Here is our rear bumper. I have the tow hitch adapter for my F450. Might be the same system. I will take a look at that and put a link in the description box below. We got some rear tow hooks on the back as well. Space for LEDs. These posts here are for the rock lights. So let's turn it over and you can see the LEDs integrated there. Kind of cool. For our suspension, these are 110 millimeter shocks. Also has some sway bars in the rear. And I guess this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 link suspension. I don't know if that qualifies, but these look like metal, anodized metal shock bodies with an adjustable preload here, so you can just screw that up or down with the threaded bodies. Again, sort of this crossbar design for the rear suspension. Kind of interesting, never seen something like that before. Take a look on the bottom. Our axles are plastic bodied. These are going to be open diffs. When you turn your wheels, they're going to be turning in opposite directions. So one thing with that, if I can hold one of the wheels here, you're going to get some wheel spin. So it's not going to be the best at crawling, but they do have an option to lock those out if you want. Nice metal front steering links. All right, let's charge up a battery. Got to find a adapter. I use XT60s and it comes with a Dean, so we're gonna have to find one of those. Check out our lights, put the body back on and give it a run. I also wanted to show you guys the F250 next to the F450. So they're pretty similar from the exterior, other than obviously that one being a dually. But if you look at the front, you're gonna get molded front bumpers, whereas it was a Lexan bumper on this one. And if we take a look again under the hood, looks like a slightly longer wheelbase on the F450 and different battery attachments. So you're gonna get the little Velcro there. Here you have sort of the new design. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the differences between these two. Put a comment below and I will try to answer those. Also charging up some batteries here. I have a couple 2S and 3S options. For the 2S, I have a 5800 milliamp 2S from Nitro Hobbies and also a 5000 milliamp hard pack from Avonic. And then also have a 2200 milliamp 3S and a 2200 milliamp 3S from Nitro Hobby. So we're gonna try these out in the rigs. And I'm also gonna need an adapter. So I'm gonna steal one for my charger. It goes from Dean to XT60, which will work perfectly in these trucks. For my charger, this is the T240 Duo. People ask if I still use it, and actually I still do use it, really like it. You can charge 2 batteries at once. There's 2 channels. Touchscreen, really nice, lots of different charging options. I'll put a link to that video up here. Now let's briefly talk about our transmitter. This is the AMP30. This is the same one that comes with the F450. It takes 4 AA batteries that are not included, so you have to purchase those separately. Your on and off switch is here. Your channel button, channel 3, is here, so that's gonna be the one that toggles through all the lighting modes. I'll show you guys that in a second. There's a function mode. I think if you press the function mode and hold it, it locks all the buttons, so you can't accidentally mess with the trim settings, and then you press it again to release that. One of the settings I really like is that you can set your endpoints for your servo, not just the trim. You can set your trim, but you can also set your endpoints. So I noticed that the F450, the steering, you don't get a really good turning radius, and I never actually adjusted the endpoints, so I didn't have that much steering throw. So let's plug a battery in, turn this on, and I'll show you guys how I set my endpoints. Nice. We got pretty good steering radius here, but if you want to adjust that, basically you do full steer in one direction, and then you can press these buttons plus or minus to get you more steering. And then you can do it the other direction and press plus or minus to set your endpoints. You don't want to set the endpoints where when you do full steer, your link is hitting the diff box, because that's going to put a lot of strain on your servo. So make sure that you're getting full throws without actually hitting your diff box. So that's pretty good there. Initially it was set and it was like giving me hardly any steering, so I definitely turned that up. I'm not going to go through all the transmitter settings. There's a little guidebook in the instructions pack that walks through all the settings. But yeah, there's a little bit of tunability here, and there's a little rubber steering grip, so you can actually do one-handed driving if you want. Anyhow, check it out in the instructions pack. Now I want to show you guys the lighting system, which is so sick. So what you're going to do, you're going to use the channel 3 button up here. You press it twice to toggle through all the different lighting modes. So sick. There's a lot of different colors. Blue is obviously my favorite. It matches the body. Really nice color. Lots of different options for all your color desires, and then you can turn it off. So very, very cool. All right, so here we have the F250 lifted edition and the original F450 dually. We're gonna have some fun with these things. These are actually really fun. So I would say that these types of trucks, not gonna be crawlers. They're gonna be something, have a little bit of speed to them. I think they can do some jumps and stuff. So you're gonna want like a wide open space. And we're gonna be running these on 3S. I tried 2S earlier and it was a little tame even for me. It was so funny, we transported these on our motorcycles. I had one strapped to the back of mine, and Mountain Mike took one in a backpack. He was a little embarrassed, but he did it anyway, so thank you for that. And all right, so here we are, local community college, just a wide open parking lot with some speed bumps. I thought they'd be fun, so let's test them out. Before we wrap up, I actually wanted to share that CEN Racing is coming out with a couple upgrades for the F450. So if you wanted to add the RGB rock lights, those are going to be available soon for the F450. Also, the molded front and rear bumpers. The bumpers that came stock on the F450 are the Lexan bumpers, so they're adding the plastic molded bumpers. Also, if you want to do the lift conversion, they're going to have that available as well. I actually have a lift kit from Crawlers and Customs for the F450, but CEN Racing is going to be making their own soon. So take a look at those if you guys have the F450 and want to make a couple mods. So that is it for the F250 lifted edition. I actually have a lot of fun with these trucks. When I scratched it up a little bit, tipped it over. Oh no, shoot, sorry buddy. Oh. Interesting design, kind of interesting suspension system, really neat chassis design too. Cool that it has some scale details on it. Really nice that they added the molded front and rear bumpers to this as well. The lighting system, so awesome to be able to change the lights on the fly. I think all in all, if you like the look of the Bro Dozer, to have an RC version, really fun. So huge thank you to CEN Racing for sending one of these out to my channel to take a look at and review. I'll put a link to this in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. Huge thank you to my patrons on Patreon for sticking with me. I know I've had a little shortage of videos lately, but I appreciate your continued support. Thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you later.